Happy VA Wednesday. So today I was reading a study where it said that one of the big reasons veterans don't buy houses is because of their concern about the upfront cost to buy a house, closing costs. So if you're new to this channel, I've been a lender for 19 years. My team's one of the top VA purchase teams in America. So if you have questions, you want to learn more, you're like, wait, how does this work? Just call us 786-933-2077. Yes, we can help you everywhere in America. So one of the big reasons veterans aren't buying a house is because closing costs. You're like, well, what are closing costs? Depending on the state, closing costs can be really high. So for example, New York is one of the most expensive. Everything is kind of below that. California is actually way more affordable than New York when it comes to closing costs. Florida and Texas are in the middle. And you're like, well, what are closing costs? Closing costs are all the fees when you're buying a house. It's lender fees, credit fees, technology fees, flood cert fees, title and escrow fees, or title and attorney fees. It's inspections, appraisal, depending on the county, state, recording fees, transfer taxes in certain states. Like, it can be a big number. On a $500,000 house in New York, would I be surprised if closing costs were $15K without me charging a lender fee? Because we waive our underwriting, processing, and app fee on VA. We waive it, right? Still $15,000. I wouldn't be surprised, not at all, because you've got title, you've got attorney, you've got the mortgage tax in New York. It adds up. It's endless. And so this is making it so people are like, it's cool that I have this VA loan where I don't have to do a down payment, but I can't finance the closing costs. So how the heck am I ever going to save up this money? Okay. Ask the seller to pay closing costs. I can't say it enough. Like, ask the seller to pay closing costs. Right now, in most parts of the country, we are in a buyer's market. And in a buyer's market, you can ask the seller to pay your closing costs. And you're like, well, my real estate agent didn't say that. My lender didn't say that. I don't know what to tell you. You're working with a bad real estate agent and a bad lender. Also, there's some real estate agents where they've only sold one house and they still don't know how buying a house works. That sounds catty and rude, but if you look at the stats, it was something crazy last year where 60% of real estate agents sold less than one deal last year, right? So if you are this agent's one deal in the last 3 years, they're not going to know enough about the market to know you can ask the seller to pay your closing costs. Some of them don't even know you can do that to begin with. And you may be like, well, I'm working with a really good agent, but they didn't mention it either. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's why you're watching this video. You're watching this video because I give you the news that you need to get home. That is why we are closing. We are helping people every single day. Set of keys. It's so, I say that and I just go to a place in my head where I'm like, that's cool. That's awesome. I'm so happy about that. I'm really proud of my team for that. And sometimes it's 2 or 3 people a day getting keys, first time home buyers, second time, third time, achieving that dream. It's awesome. And the reason so many people are able to achieve that dream is because we say things like, okay, I'll have in my note files, need seller to pay closing costs. I was talking to a real estate agent just the other day. We were helping a client find a real estate agent. We're always happy to help our clients do that. We don't charge a fee. We don't take any of the real estate agent's commission. We just do it because we want you with a good agent. We don't want any games. And I'm like, okay, cool. Hey, in your market, they're going to need help with closing costs. Can the seller pay that? Is that cool? The agent goes, oh yeah, not a problem at all. In my market, the minute I say they're a veteran, they're just going to give me their wallet. We're going to get closing costs covered. Okay, cool. Right? So many times I hear, but Jen, I was told by a lender I had to have at least $10,000 saved. Just as a real estate agent may only close one deal every 3 years, lenders, just because someone has the word loan officer attached to their name doesn't mean they do business. It doesn't mean they know the program. It doesn't mean anything. And a lot of times you could have a real estate agent that doesn't really know this, who sends you to a loan officer that doesn't know it. And then you've got both of them not telling you, ask the seller for closing costs. That's it. It's really easy. And you're like, well, what if they say no? Well, what if they say yes? What if they say yes? What if they say yes? Then you're in a house. Look, go home. let me do this. Get fully underwritten and pre-approved, right? That's important. I was thinking that you already knew that, but I want to like make sure I'm being like crystal clear here. Fully underwritten and approved. Call my team. Seriously, guys, like it always shocks me when someone's like, I watched you for 10 years and then I called this other lender. They were terrible. I'm like, why didn't you just call me? 786-933-2077. Get fully underwritten. Get approved. If you don't have a real estate agent, we'll help you find one. Go shopping. Ask the seller to pay closing costs. While you're shopping, save money. Great, save money for closing costs, just in case no one says yes. But what I've seen, especially right now, guys, we are seeing more yeses than nos. So don't put your dream of home ownership on hold because of bad advice, outdated advice, ignorant advice, okay? You can ask the seller to pay all your closing costs. They might say yes. And that's what I see the most, is I see yes. So I hope this video is helpful. I hope you're not holding back on using your VA benefit because of a fear of asking for closing costs. The worst thing they can say is no. That's the worst thing they can do to you. That's it. But they can also say yes. Thanks for watching, guys.